Hey, my friends, how's it going? This has been the promised update video kind of story about what's been going on, what I had, how sick I was, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be doing this video for the normal audience on YouTube, the WoW and Overwatch players, and as well as some family and friends on social media. So if the format feels a little bit different than normal, or at least I guess the style, maybe, I don't know. I guess that's why. But basically, I already did this video once. It was 20 minutes long. I got bored thinking about you guys watching a 20-minute video of me talking about myself. So I'm going to do my best to condense this to be around 10 minutes tops. So a lot of little details, stuff that's important to it. But basically, long story short, I'm on my calendar open over here, just so I can keep all my dates accurate. I'm hoping to keep this video to one take, but if there's any harsh edit, that's probably because I was coughing or having a coughing fit. I needed to edit those out because that's just not fun to listen to. So I've basically been sick for 2 months, hence no videos. It started off as a cold flu thing about 2 weeks before Halloween. Not really sure what it was, but yeah, it came down with pretty nasty cold/flu with a fever. At one point I had a fever of 103, which obviously is scary and high, but I've had fevers that high before, and I do tend to run warm-blooded normally, so high-ish fevers when I have a fever aren't uncommon for me. Now what is uncommon is for me to be this sick for so long. I'm normally a relatively healthy person. I have no pre-existing medical conditions. I've never had asthma. I have a really good immune system. I'm relatively healthy, I like to think. Exercise and hit the gym 6 times a week. Watch what I intake calorically and stuff like that. So relatively healthy. Usually I get sick about half a week to a week out of the year, sometimes 2. And that's about it. So this has been really weird. So did the whole cold flu thing for a couple weeks. Missed out on a lot of stuff just from it, because typically when I'm sick I kind of just go into hibernation mode where I just take all my meds and my vitamins and I just like to rest. Tough to do when you've got a wife and a kid and 2 dogs. Obviously life doesn't just stop when you're sick, so you do the best you can and hope you get better, except I wasn't getting better. I promised my family that I would go with them to Disneyland one night around Halloween, dress the kid up, had a good time. And I don't know if that's really what did me in, but shortly thereafter, I just kept getting worse and worse. It was getting harder to breathe. Going up my stairs basically made it feel like I just got done playing a game or 2 of basketball. I was hoarse. I was at one point not full on bleeding in my throat, and so I was spitting up blood, but I was spitting up pink saliva, so I could tell that there were some blood vessels ruptured there and stuff like that. And then moving into very end of October, beginning of November, we were at Disneyland one night, and I completely forgot where I parked, which I still don't know if it was completely related to being ill, because I found out there's a very practical reason as to where I forgot why I parked, but I've literally never forgotten where I've parked in my entire life of driving since I started driving with a permit at 15 and a half years old or so. So that was a bit scary. But things got really scary when one Friday morning, I believe it was a Friday morning, Friday morning, the 3rd, we were pretty much gonna, it doesn't matter. Anyways, the point is, Friday morning I get up, I was having coughing fits, which I would just pretty much go into a state of coughing so much then that my body thought I had to vomit, so that I would proceed to dry heave, which I apologize, it's probably kind of really gross, for the next 7 or so minutes. So I didn't even have the pleasure of vomiting, which can sometimes be satisfying, because at least you're like, yay, maybe I just vomited out whatever is wrecking my body right now. But no, I would just sit over a toilet or a sink and dry heave for 7 minutes. So that sucked. It hurt, all that. But like I said, things got really scary one morning, and this is an important morning because this is the morning my wife and I are supposed to be going out and celebrating our 5-year anniversary. after not really being able to celebrate our previous anniversary. I was on my way to the bathroom. I remember reaching for the handle on the bathroom door. We keep it closed so that our dogs don't get into the trash. And I was in the middle of a coughing fit, and the next thing I know, I feel something hitting the back of my head. And then my wife coming up, and all I remember is her then asking, "Are you okay? What happened?" Apparently, mid coughing fit, I passed out. So, yeah, that was a trip to the urgent care. So once we finally got to urgent care, found out I had pneumonia in my right lung, which if you guys have ever had pneumonia, you know exactly how this feels. Now you're just exhausted all the time. You have no energy. Like I said, going up my stairs winded me pretty much. My cough sounded horrendous. At this point, again, by the time I even got to the doctor for the past week, I had been so hoarse I could barely talk. Most of my talking sounded like whispers. My eyes were strained. Up till this point, I had lost over 20 pounds from pretty much not eating because I had no appetite. Like, I could barely force myself to eat snacks and one decent-sized meal throughout the day. So that was about it. I just had no appetite. I just wanted to sleep. I was so tired. It got to the point that I was so tired and I ate so little that once I started eating food again, my jaw actually was sore, and it still is a little sore actually, chewing food. So that's just to give you an idea. But again, first month or so, I lost 20 pounds from pretty much not eating, which is not good. It's not good because you lose fat, you lose muscle, and that's just not a good way to lose weight, obviously. So checked into urgent care, could barely talk to the doctor. They figured out what I had. But before that, just to kind of kickstart my system and everything like that, because my oxygen levels were so low, they were debating sending me to the ER. My oxygen levels were bouncing right around that level of, "We're going to send you to ER now." Luckily, the doctor worked with us and was trying really hard to keep us out of ER, just because all they would do is put me in a bed, monitor me, and try to get my oxygen levels up, and then, there's the bill. So she did 2 rounds of oxygen for me, which was great. They did, I believe, 2 steroid shots. First time I've ever had a shot in my butt, so I guess that's cool. Did oxygen there, and then I went home with an inhaler with albuterol, and then also a vaporized version of albuterol as well that you breathe in. Almost looks like you're smoking a peace pipe. But I did all that pretty much around the clock every 4 hours, which definitely sucked just trying to sleep, but necessary. Plus antibiotics. I ended up doing 2 rounds of antibiotics. And then just pretty much permanent bed rest. So that was the sucky part. That was pretty much this. I mean, it was nice being able to justify sleeping and staying in bed pretty much all day and not doing anything because, doctor's orders. But I just hate, I guess, not being, yeah, I kind of hate being taken care of. I hate having to ask people to do things for me that I should be able to do for myself. So, like, having to ask my wife to bring me a bottle of Gatorade or a glass of water or something like that. It's just like, it's the worst. And I had to commit to one spot or the other because we have stairs, so I have to either be upstairs or downstairs. And of course, during the day when everyone's doing stuff, the most restful and quiet place to be is upstairs. And if going up and down the stairs is gonna wind me and make me get lightheaded, then obviously it's no bueno. So did all that. Luckily, it was just in the right lung. I thought it was a small case of pneumonia. My wife, with an understanding of medical knowledge as a nurse, said no, that was actually a large chunk of pneumonia in your right lung, so it makes sense. But I'm just now, so this, like I said, this happened about 2 weeks before Halloween. I'm recording this on the 30th. Just the past week or so, I've just now started getting back to doing normal things. And by normal things, I mean I have more sustained energy. I have an appetite, which is good, but I still have to be very, very careful what I do because I can overexert myself very quickly and get tired and out of breath. So I've been able to go out and do some stuff, which has been nice, but again, just have to be very, very careful. So that's pretty much where I've been. It's been nuts. I only, like I said, only now kind of just playing video games again, just because the eye strain was too much to even focus on the screen. So again, just pretty much only played mobile games, if that, because again, just not much. So hopefully soon be back to complete health. Still haven't been back to the gym yet, which is frustrating, but I'd rather take my time and get to a point where I feel comfortable and healed completely rather than putting myself in jeopardy of regressing. So yeah, that's where I've been. Looking forward to hopefully getting back to doing videos again very, very soon. I miss you guys. I miss making videos. I don't know. It's weird being away for so long, and it's weird recording this. It's actually, it was hard to record this and sit down for this, because like they say, YouTube's weird. Like the longer you're away from doing something, it definitely seems like it's harder to get back in the saddle. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, all that to say, that's where I've been. That's what's been going on. It sucked. I wouldn't wish this on anybody, and anyone who's ever had it knows how sucky it is, because it just takes so long to recover. Your body's just so weak and so tired. I've never been this sick. This is weird. So love you guys, miss you guys. Be back to making videos hopefully very, very soon. I haven't even been able to talk about all the stuff that came out of BlizzCon, which again sucked. I was able to watch it all via the virtual ticket. Shout out to my best friend Ben for hooking it up for my birthday present back in September. So got all the info, love it, want to talk about it, just haven't been able to, because either coughing fits or having no voice obviously don't make for good videos to watch or listen to. So I appreciate your guys' patience and understanding, or maybe you didn't even realize I wasn't making videos, and that's okay too, because you know, small channels and all that stuff. So but we'll be back soon, I promise. Love you guys, miss you. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.